And I think it's 1 or 1:30 in the afternoon in McMinnville at Maxwell Field. It's the battle for the Northwest Conference Championship. Linfield hosting Lewis and Clark. The coach of the Pioneers is Chris Sulages. He joins us live here tonight. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Well, I'm down here in Northern California, and things are going well. I'm getting ready for the game down here, visiting my mom, who's in the hospital. She's doing well. And I've been thinking a lot about you this week because I know that you had the huge game with Willamette. You lost a tough one to them last weekend. Yet, if you beat Linfield this weekend, you're going to win the NWC title.
Definitely. No, that's we've been practicing for it all week, and our guys have set their goals high this year, and look forward to getting on the field Saturday.
Linfield undefeated. You have one loss. Talk a little bit about the Wildcats and how are you going to stop them? What I know you're not going to give us the game plan here, but I mean, what is it about Linfield? Why are they so good this year?
It's funny. They don't have they have a lot of really good players, but they don't typically have 3 or 4 pretty outstanding players. You don't see them as some big, huge standout guys. However, they're just solid in every position, and they do a great job with schemes, and they're well coached, and obviously they're being 8-0, they're well coached and good and playing tough right now.
So I mean, to play for the championship, I mean, Lewis and Clark has come so far. I mean, what has this season meant to you in the school, Chris?
It's just a lot of people put it besides the coaching staff and the players. But from administration and admissions and all the people that work in student life put a lot of stuff into not only football but athletics in general. And I think it just means a lot to see some success on the field and just kind of a positive attitude throughout the campus, which has been fun for us.
Chris Sulages is with us. He coaches Lewis and Clark and Palatine Hill. Chris, talk about the game against Willamette. Obviously, you wanted that game. You scored 28 points, but they outscore you. What was the mood like after the game? What did you tell your team after the first loss after such a tremendous run up to that point?
We actually made a lot of big mistakes, and offensively, defensively, and special teams. We made some mistakes, and to play a good team, a team that's again well coached, and a big physical team like Willamette, you just can't make mistakes like that. You can't. We snapped a punt snap over the punter's head for a safety, and didn't convert on some short 4th downs, and gave up a couple big passes on defense, and you just can't do that stuff. We have to play our best to beat the teams like Willamette, Linfield. Can't make those mistakes.
Maxwell Field, Saturday afternoon. Obviously, your players are going to be geared up, excited, pumped up. Sometimes games like this, players can get too pumped up. Are you going to try to keep that? I mean, you want the intensity, you want the passion, but you want the focus too.
Yeah, you definitely try and keep them on that. Don't get them too excited, especially too early. There's always going to be in a game like this some jitters, and some guys got to get some of those nerves worked out. But we still talk about it. Week to week, we take it one game and one play at a time, and hopefully our guys. It seems like they've understood it all year, and hopefully they can keep that going this week.
Hey, well, good luck. I think it's going to be an exciting game. Let's do this. Let's pick the Oregon-Stanford game. Who's going to win that one?
I think Oregon's going to win. That'd be my. I think they're going to play really good on defense, and they do a really good job defensively versus what Stanford does, flying around and blitzing and doing some different stuff. So it's going to be fun to watch either way.
I think it's going to be exciting. And the Beavers and Cal, obviously Cal 9-point favorites, but the Beavers haven't lost in the Bay Area since 1997. Chris, something about playing Cal down there. They've just had this long streak.
Well, that's good for them. I'm rooting for the Beavers myself, so it'll be another good game to watch. Like you said, there's always a pretty exciting game when they play Cal. So.
Well, listen, it's going to be exciting with Lewis and Clark and Linfield. Good luck on Saturday, Chris.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, there he is. Chris Sulages has just had a remarkable season at Lewis and Clark, really a resurgence of college football at the D3 level for the Pioneers, and I think everybody's excited about it. I mean, think about the Northwest Conference, how things have just – I mean, it's always been a good conference. But if you followed Division III football, PLU and Linfield and Willamette have really dominated the last few years. Whitworth had a little run out of Spokane, but now you have Pacific back. and they won their first game since they returned to football. And, it's a long road. They only have freshmen and sophomores. They're only going to get better. And then in 2013, George Fox will return to the Northwest Conference. First time they'll have had a football team since 1969. And Scott Ruick, who used to coach basketball there, was telling me that they have T-shirts all over campus that says, haven't lost a game since 69, George Fox College. So that's pretty darn